Welcome in everyone, my name is Matt, and today we have another special episode of CapTV. In this show, we will be exploring topics such as gaming as a culture and creating unique environments for gaming. Looking ahead at today's interview, we will be speaking with Lucas Johnston, the treasurer of Capital's Gaming Club. Before that, let's take a look at what goes into making a gaming setup special after this break.
Hi, I'm not Michael Jordan. I'm Nathan Holt. You may have seen me walking around campus cleaning up trash every morning. Capital University has given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about. Littering. Think about this. Many of you littering right now are under 20. Do you realize that at 20 you've only lived 1/4 of your life? Imagine how much trash you'll leave if you keep going like that. Listen, you've got at least 3/4 of your life to go, so don't blow it. Don't litter. If you're littering, stop it. Get some help. Capital wants to give the earth a chance, and so do I. Hi, I'm not Michael.
Yarn Club, the close-knit group you've been yearning to join.
I just wanna boast about the best. I just wanna boast about the best. What? B&K Smokehouse on Main at Champion. I just wanna boast about the best. I just wanna boast about the best. What? Lip smacking ribs and slamming chicken. I just wanna boast about the best. I just wanna boast about the best. What? B&K Smokehouse and Main at Champion.
Hey CapTV, I've got something special for you guys today. I'm going to be showcasing my gaming setup that I have here in my room. I'll be showing off everything that I have right here behind me on my desk, some of the stuff on my shelves, as well as my PC itself, and show you why it's so special to me and how it helps me become really invested in all my gaming sessions. So this is my PC right here, and everything you see here I actually ended up buying myself. I had to do all the research, I had to do all the marking up, all the computing and everything, because not all PC parts work with each other, so you got to make sure every single component inside your PC can work with one another, otherwise it's not going to work. So what I was going for when I was building this thing was something that's not super big, but nothing that's super small either. So I went for something that's kind of in between. So I made sure I got all the proper parts. So I actually started with the case and then worked my way outwards with all the other parts that I bought. I ended up using a lot of websites like Amazon, eBay, a site called Java. All these websites I used to help me pick the pieces I wanted for my PC, because I could have gone pre-built, but I decided not to because a lot of the pre-builts I was looking at didn't have all the specs that I wanted in my PC, so instead I chose to just build it myself, which in the end ended up being more expensive than getting a pre-built, but I got better value. So everything, all these parts right here, from the GPU, the CPU, all these parts, you don't have to be a computer nerd to just know that all these components I ended up hand-picking myself. Now, the fun part about this whole thing was actually getting to build my PC, although it took a couple hours to do and a lot of troubleshooting, which the troubleshooting was actually the nasty part. It ended up all coming together, and I've really been enjoying my PC itself. It does everything I need to do, runs all the games I need it to run, and overall I've just really enjoyed it. Funny thing too is that I actually didn't have any room to put it on my desk, so I had to get creative, and I found a spare piece of wood that I had on the floor to emulate an actual desk so that my PC could have proper airflow. Moving on to my desk setup, everything here has a purpose. Starting off with this little cup holder I have right here at the edge of my desk that I like to use in case if I ever have a drink when I'm busy gaming or I'm working away at something. It's a pretty nifty thing to have. Next I have here, it's pretty essential to my setup, my phone charger. That way I make sure my phone is always at my side and charged. Moving on to my mouse, nothing too special about it, but it does have a nice little satisfying clicking sound. And since my favorite color is orange, I wanted to stick to a specific color theme of my setup to make it seem more personalized. I have a specific custom desk mat that's orange and black, which I think really suits the overall theme I'm going for here. And to top it all off too, I even have a custom keyboard with custom keycaps that are orange, black, and white. Again, sticking with the orange color theme. Next up I have my soundbar, which I keep up on this little shelf here. It's basically just a giant speaker. Right next to it I have my Stream Deck, and what this does is it allows me to assign different applications to it, so I can either open them up or just do something. For me personally, I've assigned it to Spotify, as well as recording and everything like that when I'm recording YouTube videos. Next up, I always make sure to have a controller with me in case if I decide to switch to my console. If I get tired of playing games on my PC, I'll switch to that instead. Another cool thing I have here is I have a headphone holder, so I can put my Bluetooth headphones here when I'm not using them. Right above it, I have the microphone I like to use, clamped to the side so I can push it out of the way if I'm not using it. And then up on these shelves, I'm a huge fan of the Chicago Bears, so of course I have to have Chicago Bears little souvenirs up on those shelves. I also make sure to keep a clock at the top so I always know the time, plus it just adds aesthetic to my entire setup. Alright, now it's time for the final thing. Let's see this whole thing when it's lit up. Welcome back in from that awesome walkthrough. Now, I believe it's time we get into this interview with Lucas as he shares his thoughts on gaming as an experience. So, let's start out a bit simple. Why don't you just tell me a little bit about yourself and maybe a little bit of your background within gaming.
Okay, I'm Lucas, and I'm a fourth-year emerging media digital design major here at Capital. I grew up with video games at a very early age. My first system was a DS from my cousin, I believe, and ever since I've been playing games pretty much like on and off, mostly like to pass the time and to have fun, but I also play them with friends to like have fun with people and stuff. I also am the treasurer of the Capital's Gamers Lounge, which is a game club right here at Capital.
So tell me a little bit about what you do as a treasurer for their gaming club.
So really my kind of duties revolve around like managing finances for the group, because we usually have like free snacks and drinks at our events, and so I'm usually the person who goes and gets them. I'm the person who like rents out the credit card for that. I'm also the person who tracks the budget for those, and for like when we have tournament nights, we usually have like prizes, and so I'm the person who kind of gets those too. So
Tell me a little bit about like what was one of the first video games you ever really thought stuck with you long term? Was there ever one that had like a huge impact that really changed your perspective on gaming?
I would imagine, I guess Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, if I had to name one, because it's just like a giant crossover game between like a bunch of different franchises from not just Nintendo, but like a bunch of third parties too. And so seeing that kind of, and even like in the other previous installments, like Brawl was the first one I ever played, and so seeing that giant crossover of games was like really cool to me, and it kind of opened me up to the world of gaming as a whole.
So tell me a little about like Smash Bros. Like why is it like, what got you hooked from the get-go? Was it like the gameplay? Was it maybe the graphics, or was it just like something else?
Well, I guess, like, little me at the time kind of saw a bunch of recognizable characters, and it kind of stuck with me, and then I actually got in depth with the actual gameplay, and I found that it was, like, pretty fun and pretty, like, nuanced and, like, very, like, interesting to, like, kind of play the game in a sort of sense. there's also a character in the game with my name on it, so...
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lucas. Yeah, Lucas and Ness. Yeah,
Of course,
I remember,
yeah.
like, using
That's how I
Ness.
found out about their game.
Yeah. My brother's his favorite one was Lucas. But
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, that's kind of how I found out about... Kind of how I stuck with Smash Bros. And gaming as a whole.
So have you played like all versions?
Not all of them, actually. I've only played Brawl and Ultimate. I haven't got, like, the consoles for the other ones, but I have heard good things about all of them, so I'd have to imagine the others are pretty good games, too. Especially Melee. I know there's, like, a bunch of tournaments being ran with that.
So would you say that gaming is more of a hobby of yours? And if you say it's a hobby, what do you think gaming in general just, like, offers more than maybe other hobbies do?
I would imagine it's a pretty big hobby of mine, and in a way, it sort of like makes time for me to like step away from the world and kind of like enjoy myself on my own time, because I'm kind of an introverted person, and so I am good with like talking to people, but like if I do it for a long period of time, I kind of just get so exhausted from it.
Yeah.
And playing video games helps me like kind of recharge without having to like sit in bed and like doom scroll or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. At least you're like doing something.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps me like kind of active in like some sort of thing. Like it kind of keeps my brain active in a sort of silly way.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I kind of do the same thing where if I need a little breather, I'll step away and play games for a little bit, just like as a little breather. So I get where you're coming from with that. So you said you use it as like a personal escape. Do you ever use it as like a means of like social interaction? Like, do you ever get on like calls, like with your friends or everything?
Yeah, definitely. With like multiplayer games, with like Mario Party and like even Smash Bros, I will play it with other people from time to time who like kind of share my interests, and like that's kind of how I've formed like a close-knit friend group over the years. Definitely the game club also has helped with that.
Yeah.
Because usually we play a lot of games there like together with each other, like party games like Mario Party and Jackbox, but also like Mario Kart and like Smash Bros too.
Yeah.
All of those kinds of games are like kind of what we enjoy because it helps us like socialize with each other.
So you even with just the game club itself, do you do that still like outside of the game club as well?
Oh, totally, yeah. I have like my own group of friends who I like to play games with too. And I think they're a very fun group, definitely. So I think I found a pretty nice group of people who likes the same thing I do, and that's all I can ever hope for.
That's pretty cool. So when you're gaming on your own personal time, do you ever really think about like your setup in general? Do you ever like make it a certain way so it like makes you really comfortable and like really invested in your game?
Honestly, I don't really like put too much thought into it. I just kind of go with whatever is most comfortable for me, which I have changed. Like I have my Switch in my living room, and so I have changed like positioning of where I'm sitting in the living room from time to time based on like what else I'm doing there, like if like I'm just kind of need a new perspective on the screen or whatever. But honestly, I kind of just find out what's comfortable for me and stick with it.
Yeah, I respect that a lot. That's kind of the same thing I think about too. So do you ever think about maybe the gamers are misunderstood? What do you think that is something that people might misunderstand about gamers?
I definitely feel like gaming is a bit of an underrated industry right now because there's a lot of... I'm not sure if this is like the case currently, but I know there was a lot of talk for a lot of time about games being like a children's thing, and that with companies like Nintendo, it definitely kind of pushes the issue a bit further. I do definitely think there are games that can be for adults, and even like some of the children's marketed games, you can definitely market towards adults too, so it's kind of like a family-friendly audience, and so I think that there's a lot of things to be said in regards to the audience of games as a whole, not just like marketed towards kids, but also towards like everyone as a whole, pretty much.
Interesting. So one of the final questions I have for you is why do you think gaming has become such a big part of people's lives?
I think I would have to imagine COVID definitely played a part in it, with like everyone kind of forced to stay at home. I imagine we gained a few new gamers that year. But I also imagine with kind of digital media being as popular as it is, part of the fun of games is kind of interacting with that media. And so I imagine since people want to kind of get in on that, games are a bit of a popular way to kind of interact with your own favorite media.
Yeah.
And it definitely gives a bunch of people a lot of ways to like kind of interact with new medias in ways they haven't before.
So you're basically saying that you think that it's like a way for people to like not only explore themselves, but just like media in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, I appreciate you so much for coming out and giving us a little bit of your experience as a gamer. I wish you well, and good luck with the Capital Gaming Club.
Thank you so much.
All right, next up we'll be checking out Adam Panucci's stream with Sonic after this break.
The idea that I can be a part of a solution for something, for somebody.
It's just it's an amazing thing. And now every day you feel so good to be able to come in here and help folks.
You see the impact of what you're doing every day because you see these people every day.
My name is John Lambert, and the name of the company is Alpha Protection Systems. And so we are in the business of installing alarm systems, camera systems, and recently we began to do more computer repair and servicing. So we've been around for a number of years.
Hi, my name is Prophet, and I'm an apprentice at Alpha Protection. It wasn't like really a lot of options. I was just out of high school, and I was trying to figure out where to go to. So they got me into computers there, and then I figured out I really, really like this. So I should like start really studying more and getting into the computer field. So then I remembered that this man's shop was like literally right around from my house, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a local shop right here. So I started like going in, asking questions, seeing exactly how much I knew versus how much I needed to know. And eventually I was just like immersed not only by the shop, by the information, but by the fact that like it also had culture. Then I've just been coming back for more and more and more and more and more. It's been awesome.
WXCU is so much more than just a radio station. We host several events throughout the year, from concerts to karaoke nights, in an effort to raise funds for charities such as Relay for Life. We're a group of music fanatics that simply want to use our passions to help bring the community together. So come hang out with us at our next event and see what it's all about.
Hello. So since it is in fact Olympic season, I thought that I would run through a few events from one of the games that I really love a lot and played a lot as a kid, which is the Mario and Sonic series. So we've got a pretty good selection of events here, including when we look at the Dream events. We don't have 3 of them, but there is one that I still really want to show off, and it's Dream Snowboard Cross. I want to ask, are you guys goofy? 'Cause I know I am. I know I'm definitely not regular. So I've always loved this game. I've always loved how it just perfectly blends the motion controls with the events, and they've always felt great to play. Also, not to mention, the Dream events throughout the series have just been awesome. They blend the fan service so well with the events in question. Now we're just gonna go up here, we're gonna jump over the bridge, and I feel like riding the rails today. Yes, you are, Knuckles. Yes, you are. And I'm just gonna shoot across a little bit. do one more big leap over here. We're going to get a couple more good tricks in, and that is easy first place and an easy game record broken. So now we're going to venture out of the dream events a little bit. I want to show you some of the other ones. I actually want to show you figure skating because this one's always a bit fun. It's always a lot of fun when you just play as someone really goofy that just feels really out of place in an event. Most specifically, I'm talking about Bowser. Because of who else? Who else would it be? So Bowser's up next, and he's got to go up against his son, surprisingly. Guys, just look at him. He's so excited to be here today. Got a little Swan Lake action. It's all just getting the rhythm and timing down with this one. I found that sometimes you can shake the Wii remote beforehand and you can get a couple extra moves in, but it doesn't always work. But you know, whatever you can do to get a little extra points. See that Bowser has not let up any moves at all. He has retained very harmonious movement and rhythms. And he maintains like essentially perfect balance on that. Just look at him go. The crowd is absolutely loving it. By the look of it, he seems to have surpassed his son on the ratings. And he's only going to keep moving up. And he doesn't miss that one either, even though he almost acted a little too early. We got one final spin coming up, and then I think we're going to hit one last pose. And then that'll be the routine. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful work done by Bowser today in Vancouver. Time for one more event. So I think let's do another one of my personal favorites from this game, which is ice hockey. We've got a good match for you guys today. We've got Team Tails going up against Team Bowser Jr., who seems to have still been a bit salty about losing the figure skating to his dad, so he's recruited 3 friends to just beat up 4 random people in hockey. That's just the way it is sometimes, I guess. Alright, the puck is now on the ice. Peach and Daisy are passing one to each other. They're trying to build up their power shot. And it's an immediate goal by Tails. Look at that. Setting the expectations real early today. Now, the question is, are they going to continue doing the same strategy? And it looks like, yeah, they are. Because another goal, they did the exact same thing, and it worked exactly the same the second time. I don't think that was the intended target, Tails, but whatever. And Daisy decided that she forgot that she switched sides and decided to try scoring on her own team's goal. And it's she's still doing it. But all of that's A-okay because it looks like Team Tails has pulled the victory and moves on to the final. Alright, now going into the finals is Team Tails going up against Team Vector, and it looks like Tails and his team are going to have a lot of work ahead of them because that is a major powerhouse team that they are going up against. But we'll see what happens when we get on the ice. It looks like they're starting out with their strategy that they pulled in round 1, but Vector blocks the shot and Donkey Kong catches. Man, DK's just got the arm taking care of business for the team. Or maybe not. It was a little loose. There we go. Come on, Daisy, that was just unnecessary. Why'd you gotta slap Bowser in the face with the puck? But I guess it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Tails still secures the goal. I don't think that puck was meant for Vector, but whatever, I guess. Man, just oh, and he saves it. He saves it. I thought it went in, but I guess it didn't. Even when he's taking the beating, he's still playing exceptional defense. It is getting hectic out there right now. Everyone is rumbling for the puck. And it goes in. I'm telling you, Team Vector's got to pull it together. Because Team Tails is really showing themselves to be the underdog today. Oh, and a steal. But it's back in Tails' hands. At that point, that was just a really easy goal. That one, I don't really think DK was trying, not gonna lie. I think he kind of just took a little off day for himself on that one. That was kind of disappointing. And with that, it's gonna be another blowout victory. One more goal this time, in fact. With Team Tails taking the gold. Yes, you did. Congratulations, bud.
Congratulations! Gold medal!
And I think that's all the time that we've got for Mario and Sonic today. Let's kick it back to the show.
Now that was awesome, Adam. It was fantastic to see some first-hand gaming. However, we'll be wrapping it up after this break.
This is a Capital University public service announcement. Just remember, please flush.
Anthony's Pizzeria, delicious all the way down to the last slice.
I get it.
This is a Capital University public service announcement. No Hall Sports. It saves lives.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is John Carey here at WXCU Radio, and today I'm playing my radio show where I play my own music on this station, which is really cool. You get to do that. And I get a bunch of feedback from callers coming in, and it really helps me with the overall mastering and other mixing aspects of the original final product. And it's a really great experience to be here, so you guys should really definitely think about joining it because it's awesome.
Here we go.
OAC has started. Don't miss any more of the action. Come and support your Capital Women's Soccer team at their next home game.
That will do it for this special gaming episode. I hope everyone learned something, and we'll see you in the next episode.